My name is Mike Reamer. I reside at 34 Parker Street. I'm presenting Article 5 to the 2020 special town meeting that would amend town bylaws to control the invasive and damaging spread of running bamboo. The proposed bylaw is similar to a bamboo ordinance passed in the city of Cambridge restricting the spread of bamboo and borrows from other bamboo control laws passed in numerous surrounding states and towns. The purpose of the bamboo control law is to preserve and protect private and town-owned property from the damaging spread of running bamboo and to protect indigenous biodiversity threatened by running bamboo. For those of you who are not familiar with running bamboo, as I was not until it began its yearly invasive and damaging trespass onto my property, I include some illuminating quotes and references to highlight how problematic it can be. All reference sources are listed on the last page of the briefing. This slide details the key provisions of the proposed bamboo control bylaw. The key provisions relate to containment. Specifically, running bamboo owners shall confine running bamboo in a manner that will prevent the bamboo from encroaching onto any other property or right-of-way, and prohibiting future planting. Specifically, all plantings, replanting, transplanting, installation, or reinstallation of running bamboo in the town of Lexington subsequent to the effective date of the bylaw will be prohibited. This will also simplify enforcement. There are some basic facts about running bamboo characteristics that illustrate just how invasive and damaging it can be. A few of the most eye-opening are that bamboo is the fastest growing plant on earth, can travel as much as 20 feet horizontally underground each spring, and can grow up to 1 foot per day. It is one of the world's most invasive plants. I have personal experience with how quickly it can grow and spread. It is a sobering sight to behold when it is unwanted on your property. Even after you remove it, it just keeps coming back from its original source even more aggressively year after year. You feel you're losing control of your property is a frustrating and powerless feeling. This slide shows a real clear cross-section of bamboo's typical horizontal root system. It shows the extreme density and depth of the roots. They simply dominate and displace all other competing vegetation. This also shows why it is such a painstaking and tedious process to dig out all the roots. The next slide shows some of the larger uncontained groves located in Lexington. This picture shows a grove of over 1,000 square feet. The source of the bamboo is 165 Lowell Street. That tiny looking guy in the picture is me. I'm 6'1", but as you can see, I'm dwarfed by the bamboo. The map shows where the bamboo is relative to the two impacted properties abutting 165 Lowell Street. The barrier system at Lowell Street has failed and the bamboo is spread aggressively to the two properties at 2 Whipple Road and 2 Wheeler Road. The bamboo has displaced most of the native vegetation, and given the area of the grove, it will certainly require a backhoe and likely years of abatement work to remove. This is a photo of the largest bamboo grove I am aware of in Lexington. The photo was taken from the Minuteman commuter bikeway and shows me standing just off the bikeway. The bamboo was planted in the backyard of 16 Ingleside, but has spread significantly in all directions and now covers an area of around 2,000 square feet. The map shows where the bamboo is located. The bamboo is spread from the bikeway to the degree that it is now only about 10 feet from the paved part of the bikeway and is likely already on Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority property. Given the size of the grove, it will certainly require a backhoe and likely years of abatement work to remove. It will also result in the destruction of most of the biodiversity within its footprint. This grove is completely out of control. This slide talks to running bamboo's effect on competing vegetation. The key takeaway on this slide is that bamboo will dominate and displace all vegetation within its footprint for the reasons specified here. When it is finally removed, which it must be once it is uncontained to prevent situations such as have already occurred at Lowell and Ingleside, virtually all surviving vegetation in the footprint will have to be removed in order to successfully dig up its very deep and dense root structure. This slide talks to how difficult it is to remove running bamboo. The key takeaway here is that once bamboo becomes uncontained, as it has become at all 9 locations I am aware of where it's been planted in Lexington, it is very difficult and costly to remove. The roots must be dug up in an almost archaeological approach so that none are left in the ground, because even a single root can quickly reconstitute itself over a few seasons into a new grove. Additionally, as indicated here, there are currently no herbicides that list bamboo as a controlled species. Its root structure is too deep and dense to effectively poison. This slide shows how damaging running bamboo can be. It can cause serious damage to homes, foundations, sidewalks, roadways, paths, sewer systems, and structures. The cost of running bamboo can be measured in both maintenance fees and depressed property values per City of Cambridge study. It has roots of steel that can buckle sidewalks and driveways. For that reason, it is especially important that it remains contained in a dense suburban town like Lexington. If Lexington passes a running bamboo control bylaw, it will join a growing list of states and towns who have similar controls, in addition to a growing list of states and towns that designate running bamboo as invasive. This is a partial list of states and towns where legislation has been passed. Again, this speaks to the significance of the problem and the extent of property owners' concerns, not just in Lexington, but all over the country. Before concluding, I wanted to move to additional reference section. Running bamboo is becoming an increasingly significant nuisance in Lexington. There are 9 total properties where I am aware bamboo has been planted. In every case, it is uncontained because no barrier was installed or the barrier system was failed. On pages 20 to 28, I provide a brief summary of the situations at each property. I've already talked about Lowell and Ingleside. I'm going to talk about the situation at 2 other properties where bamboo is now contained, starting with 996 Mass Ave. The situation is noteworthy because the owner of 6 Locust Ave planted uncontained bamboo on a disputed property line with the property owner at 996 Mass Ave. The dispute is currently in court, so it's not clear whose property the bamboo is actually on. However, planting uncontained bamboo on a disputed property line is a very unneighborly thing to do. This is a perfect example of the situation the bylaw was designed to protect. Last but not least is my property at 34 Parker Street. The yearly uncontained bamboo trespass onto my property from my neighbor's property at 4 Jackson Court is an ongoing nuisance along a 30-foot section of the property line abutting. Due to my small lot size, 75 foot by 59 foot, my back patio is the only section of my property available to me for recreational use. The photo on the right shows the bamboo trespass over a section of land around my patio. It's hard to see the stalks, but you can see the bamboo canopy it forms in the patio area. You can also see a section of my driveway in the bottom right corner of the photo. This year, a bamboo root buckled a section of the driveway. The photo on the left was the landscaped area along the lot line prior to the trespass, while this section is dirt, weeds, and bamboo now. Before, it contained ornamental shrubs, rose bushes, a birdhouse, and other landscape features. All this had to be trenched out and removed, and nothing more can be planted due to the need to trench bamboo each year. The trespass has become increasingly aggressive over the years due to the failure of the barrier system my neighbor installed and his lack of maintenance. This year I paid $600 to a bamboo horticulturalist consultant to identify the bamboo and provide a removal proposal. The cost to remove the bamboo is $1,400. This will be a yearly expense as it returns even more aggressively each spring and must be removed since the lot line is only 10 feet from my house. So we are especially nervous the bamboo will find its way to the foundation where it could cause significant damage. As much as the expenses are impactful, it's the loss of use and occupancy of the land on our small lot that is even more impactful. In conclusion, why should the town of Lexington pass running bamboo control bylaw? Lexington has high property values and increasingly closely spaced housing. The presence of uncontained running bamboo can quickly take over large sections of small lots like mine. This results in the loss of use and occupancy of the section of the lot taken over by uncontained bamboo and can subsequently lower property values per a 2016 City of Cambridge study. It is important to make sure it remains contained. The spread of running bamboo is becoming increasingly common in Lexington. I'm personally aware of 9 locations where it has been planted, and in all cases it has become uncontained. In summary, running bamboo is not your typical shrub, tree, weed, or grass. It is non-native, extremely invasive, invades and dominates competing vegetation, can damage structures like driveways, patios, and foundations with its roots of steel, is very difficult and expensive to remove, and requires the removal destruction of any competing biodiversity within its footprint when removing it. It is my hope that this proposed bylaw passes to prevent other Lexington property owners from having to confront the relentless and damaging trespass of running bamboo. It is a sobering and powerless feeling to feel you are losing control of your property. As a lifelong 60-plus year resident of Lexington impacted by running bamboo wrote me, I just don't know what to do anymore. In a sense, it is a form of vandalism, that being the willful destruction or defacement of public or private properties defined in Webster's dictionary. For all those reasons, property owners who currently have bamboo should be compelled to define it, confine it in their properties, and future planting of running bamboo in the town of Lexington should be prohibited. This is the end of the briefing. If there are any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out to me via the contact information on page 18 of the briefing. Thank you.